Okay, let's get cozy. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, it's been a few weeks since I made a video. At the time, my only goal was to start making videos again, just to see how making videos felt. So I just made a few vlogs just to see how it felt, and it felt really good. But I don't think that the thing that I want to be sharing is necessarily just my life. I also want to try doing videos like this where I'm just talking about a certain subject. So let's try it out. I haven't sat down and talked to a camera like this in a long time, but I'm excited. So I kind of started the conversation on my TikTok about survival mode. This is a topic I'm really passionate about because it's something that I struggled with for years and years and years. So a bit about my story. In 2020, I left a high demand religion. I left the Mormon church, and I also left a marriage. And as much as it was a really hard time, I feel like I had this wild burst of energy at the time. Maybe because I was just so excited to go out and live life and have experiences that I never got to have and have freedoms that I never got to have. I had this insane burst of energy when I moved out on my own, and just life was so exciting. I was so social, more social than I've ever been in my whole life. I was out with friends and going out to dinners and coffee dates every single day. Literally every single day I was seeing other people, which is not like me at all. So this crazy burst of energy lasted me about a year. And once I hit that year mark, it was like that burst of energy was gone. And at the time I didn't really understand. I think I heard someone on TikTok say that burst of energy is something to do with trauma. The energy burst is what you needed to get out of your situation. I don't know. Maybe that's not right. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just me excited to be alive. But when that burst of energy ended, I completely crashed. It was it almost felt like from one day to the next, I could hardly get out of bed. I run my own business. I'm a photographer. And so it was really, really difficult for me to even do the simplest tasks. And I'm not gonna lie, it really kind of freaked me out. I didn't understand what was going on and why this was happening. And I was really harsh on myself at the time. I shamed myself. I was beating myself up. I was so mad at myself for not being able to function anymore. It took me months and months and months to realize that I just needed to rest. I just needed to give in to the urges my body was giving me, and I just needed to rest. I needed to stop shaming myself, stop telling myself that I'm lazy, and just give myself the rest that I was actually needing. And thank you so much to the people in my life during that time who were encouraging me so much to take the rest, because I don't think that I could have given myself that permission fully without external sources being like, hey, stop calling yourself lazy, just take this rest that you need. And so I did. I started sleeping as much as my body wanted, or as much as I could afford to sleep. I started staying home a lot. I was really doing the bare minimum in my business. I think the hardest thing about that time was letting go of feeling guilty for it. And my brain kept going through this cycle of trying to set goals for myself. It was like, okay, if I'm going to be kind of checked out from society or checked out from the outside world, if I'm going to be staying home all the time, I should go on a diet. I should get really fit. I should get really organized. My brain just kept trying to find some kind of progress I could be making during this time, but it just wasn't the time for it. I had been through so much over the previous years before this that my body just wanted to rest. And so I rested. I slept a lot. I napped. Any opportunity I had to nap, I took a nap. And my first thought when I finally gave myself the permission to rest was, okay, I'm gonna take a month or 2 months and really get as much rest as I need. And then I'll be able to just move on, and then I can get back to normal life. But 1 month turned into 6 months. And after 6 months, I was like, oh wow, this is taking a long time. And then 6 months turned into a year. And after a year, I was like, am I okay? And then a year turned into a year and a half. And at the year and a half mark, I was genuinely concerned. I was like, maybe I'm just depressed forever. Maybe I'm just broken forever. Maybe I pushed myself too hard and I will never be able to go back to where I was. But also where I was this weird burst of energy that I don't think I will ever have again. That was not me. I'm sorry if you met me in that year and you thought that that's who I was as a person. That level of energy is something I will never have. Shit, the battery's dying. Okay. So now I'm at the 2.5 to 3 years mark, and I feel like I'm finally starting to come back to myself. And I feel like I'm finally starting to feel awake, feel alive. And it has been such a slow progression. In the beginning, it was like one random day I would feel really good and really energized and really rested and really awake. And then the next day and the next few weeks, we're back to feeling exhausted. And then I would have another random day where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like I feel like a human again. And then the next few weeks, I was exhausted again. And now I feel awake to the extent where now I can start setting goals again. Now I can start being present and being social again. It was a little bit hard kind of coming out of this state of rest, and my body was in a state that I didn't want it to be, and I didn't really progress that much in my career. It really felt like putting life on pause. And I think the thing is that we just got to be okay with that. It's not one of those things where you can just snap your finger and you're healed. If you were in survival mode like me for years and years and years and years, it's gonna take some time to go back to normal, to get your body to feel safe. Because I felt so frustrated that I had done the work to change my external life, to get myself out of this situation that made me feel like I was in survival mode. And it was like mentally I understood that my life was different now, but it was like my physical body needed some time to catch up. I needed some time to rest and recover. So I just want to say, if you are struggling to get yourself out of this state of survival in your body, which that alone is so exhausting, please give yourself the permission to take the rest that you need. Let go of the guilt around rest. Do not call yourself lazy. Oh my God. The word lazy was such a trigger word for me for so long. I know that we can't just pause our lives and sleep as much as we want and stay home on the sofa as much as we want. Like, we have to work and pay our bills, and some people have kids. Like, I understand that we can't pause everything, but look at the things that you can pause for a while. Look at the things that you can cut out for a while, because this is your health. This is not just the health of your body. This is the health of your mind, your heart, your spirit. If your heart and your soul and your body is screaming at you to rest, please take it. As much as you can in your life circumstances, please take it, because you can mindfully take the rest that you need now, or your body can force you to take the rest sometime in the future with some kind of illness or mental breakdown or whatever. And I just want people to know that you are not alone in this struggle of getting yourself out of survival mode. I think that we are living with an insane amount of stress in this modern society, and the way that your body and your mind is reacting is completely valid. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. And I think we all need to become a little bit more sensitive to our intuition and to what our bodies and minds and souls are asking of us. I think that's all I had to say about it. And I would love to hear about your experience with survival mode down in the comment section. We can create a little conversation. Bye.